Christy Ruffner here, and we're going to give you my latest update. It's actually not going to be too much in my back office today because what I'm actually doing here is answering a question on one of my videos on how to get to $200 day withdrawals with MyPayingAds. And somebody was asking about the strategy or the route that they should use, and so I'm going to provide some of that information. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be the answers that you're looking for, but in truth, this is what it's going to take for any of you to actually reach that $200 a day withdrawal, depending on your skill level. So your skill sets definitely will change what the ultimate result will be. And so for that purpose, I can't necessarily tell you that this information is going to be valuable to you, whoever you are watching this video. But this is what I have done. And this is how I believe each and every one of you should proceed in order for you to produce an income in any industry on the internet. And that to me is what's valuable, not necessarily to take a particular opportunity and make an income stream out of it, but to be able to take your skill set and apply it to any opportunity and create an income stream from that. So let us proceed. So the first thing here is that you need to understand that achievements take time, and they take building your value over time, and that takes education. I know that's the last thing that any of you really want to hear, because what you really want is some magic pill that you can take or some magic fairy dust that you can sprinkle around, something that's going to be quick and easy, because you don't want to take the time and you don't want to put in the effort. If you did, you would have already done that, because I've been working at it for probably 10 years. I think my son was about 3 years old when I got my first computer. He's 20 years old now, 23, going on 23. And from the time that I got my first computer until now, I have been figuring all this stuff out on my own, self-taught. I didn't spend money going to school or doing any of that stuff. I figured it out on my own. I found resources, I watched webinars, I searched the internet, and I followed as many different leaders in the industry as I could, and tried to make head or tails of it. And there really aren't any shortcuts. There's more information out there now than there ever has been. It's easier to find, and but you can't skip the work. You just can't. So here is the question that created the need for me to do this video, I guess, just because I try to respond to my followers as much as possible. And so I received this comment on my video, my paying ads February 2017 update video. How do I get to the withdrawing of $200 a day? What strategy or route should I take? And to me, it's very obvious. The first thing that you have to do is you have to decide that that's what you want. You make that decision that that's what you want and that you'll do whatever it takes to get there. And then you get out there and you first of all, you put your money where your mouth is and you get started. It's the first thing that you have to do is just get started, because if you're not in the program and at least started, then there's no way to grow. There's no place to grow from. There's no starting point. So get started is the first thing. But if you take a look at this person's comment, you'll see that they have no profile pic, and they have, if you click through to their Google Plus, there's nothing in their Google Plus account. There's no way to connect with this person, no content to connect to this person. And so with this kind of a starting point, what you're talking about is building with your own money. Okay. So if that's the case, then let me move this out of the way again. As this little star over here is the starting point. Every person is different and unique with different levels of skills and knowledge. Not only that, but have different sensibilities and comfort levels and willingness to extend beyond those comforts. Okay, so you need to make videos, but you're not comfortable in front of the camera. So if you have to make videos and you're not comfortable in front of the camera, what do? Well, you either get out of yourself, get over yourself, get in front of the camera, and start getting comfortable with doing videos, or you find another way. Okay, but if you do search out there on the internet, you'll hear everybody talking about how video is it. Video is it. Okay. Anyway, the only way anyone can create success in their lives on any level is to increase their own value by learning. What is that going to take? Well, the best way to do this is to start reading. Follow leaders in any industry that resonate with you. And honestly, social media makes this easier than ever before, because all of the leaders are out there on every social media platform that there is, and certainly on the most readily available, like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube, Google+. So that part is very easy, and it doesn't really matter who you follow. If they're a leader, they're going to be in the spotlight. They're going to have something that you're going to be able to learn, and just get started with that. Follow the rabbit trail. Starting this process will build your confidence in yourself and your ability to make decisions that affect your life. Start where you're at and then take the next step. Get started. Don't expect to leapfrog to the end and skip everything in the middle. For one thing, it's not going to build who you are. It's not going to increase your value for yourself or for anybody else. So here's where I'm at right now, and actually since the time that I took this screenshot, which was back when I was originally creating this video, which took me a week to finally decide that I had to just start over. I'm currently actually at 1,082 active ad packs, I think, in the week. See, this is from 2/27, and it's currently March the 7th, I believe. So, I continue to grow. I'm not focusing on growing. I'm focusing on just withdrawing my $200 a day and then spending whatever else I have accumulated, because there isn't anything else to do with it except spend it. And so you continue to grow. For this reason, I believe that once you reach 1,000 ad packs, that you are in the position where you can start withdrawing $200 a day and still be able to maintain your ad pack level and even grow. That is going to depend on if you have referrals, if your referrals are active. Commissions have made a huge impact on my ability to get to the level where I'm at. That does not mean that you cannot do it if you don't have referrals. It's just going to take you longer, because there's a certain amount of money that needs to go into ad packs to get you to this level. And this particular slide right here will show you what I mean. Okay, so what does it take to get to 1,000 ad packs? Now that's just math. Okay, so you need 100 ad packs at each plan from 1 through 3. So 100 $5 ad packs, 100 $10 ad packs, and 100 $25 ad packs. And then you need 700 $50 ad packs. You add all that together, math, and you get $39,000. Well, did I spend $39,000 of my own money? No, I didn't. And I didn't spend $39,000 in commissions either. Most of that came from earnings. So, you buy ad packs, your ad packs earn. As the ad packs earn, you buy more ad packs. It's math, and it's common sense. There's no mystery to it. But you do have to get started. That is the number one most important step, is to just get started, because without that, you have nothing, you're going nowhere. Number two, I leveraged the knowledge that I already had. So, I started MyPayingAds about, it was the the end of July 2015. But I had a lot of experience before that. Different things. Not revshare, not MPA, video, blogging, building websites, lots of experience that I leveraged. Go back to step one. Just get started. That's what I did. I just got started. I decided what I wanted and then began to build a strategy I could implement to begin. And then you go back to step one and you just get started. I wasn't afraid of change, either in myself or in my plan, but I never changed the goal. So there's a lot of I in all of this. I got started. I leveraged the knowledge I already had. I decided what I wanted, and that I could implement. And I got started. Nobody else can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So here's how my 2017 strategy is starting out here. If I can get this out of the way. Maybe I just need to. So here's how my 2017 is starting out to support the growth I want to see this year. Number one, I spent $2,500 on a training program to support an additional income stream. This is also increasing my value to the marketplace through my education. Okay, because this education is going to be applicable to any income stream that I might want to work. The other thing that I've done is I've subscribed to MentorBox. And this is just another applicable way that I am increasing my value to the marketplace through education by reading different books. Not necessarily on internet marketing, not on leadership, some of them's on money. I also purchased 3 more books just on my own. It cost me shipping. Free books, all I had to do is pay for shipping. One of them was called Motivation Manifesto. Should be an O on the end of that manifest. It's a manifesto by Brandon Burchard. I got E-Commerce Evolved by Tanner Larson and Unshakable by Tony Robbins. That's his latest book, was just released, I believe on the 28th. Just another way that I'm increasing my value to the marketplace through education. So do you see some thread of commonality here? That's the key. That's the secret sauce, if you will. Grow yourself. Invest in yourself. And the rest of it happens. It happens. So, here are some links, ways that you can follow me, ways that you can join me, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me. MentorBox is probably one of the most valuable links that I can give you, because right now that is providing me just a huge value in my life. My YouTube channel, follow my videos if you want. MyPayingAds, if you haven't gotten started, now would be a good time. My Facebook page, my Instagram, my Twitter. So just follow me and see how simple it really is, and get started any way you can. Just get started. Create your social platforms, set up your accounts. That's how you're going to be able to follow the leaders, and that's how you're going to be able to share the value that you're going to create as you move forward. There's no way to get around you building your own plan and strategy. You are the only one who can control the direction and the change you're willing to take. It's up to you. Your success is up to you. It's up to how much action you want to take. You can sit around and watch people forever, and until you take a step forward and just begin, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's really, that's all I ever did. I just got started. I fumbled around for a long time. I made a lot of mistakes, made a lot of bad decisions. I've got 2 bankruptcies because I put myself in debt twice. that I couldn't get out of. And I'm finally actually making it. And you just have to stop being afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. So that's it. You make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. All right? Ciao.